What's going on, y'all? Welcome to the Game Changers podcast. What's going on with y'all fellas?
What
What's
up,
up?
G?
Well, today, man, we about to
Chilling,
get into
chilling.
this. We're gonna get into this Jim Jones and Nas conversation. Uh, him speaking on the Shannon Sharp show and other shows about how he feels.
He been going around to different shows.
Yeah, even going to different shows. Basically saying
Already.
that how he feels he's more influential in the last, let's just say, 20 years than Nas has been to the culture of hip hop. And obviously, to a lot of people, he rubbed a lot of people the wrong way for it. And some people agree with him, mostly the younger generation, in terms of fashion, music, maybe when those kids was maybe born, maybe when they was like maybe in high school or something, or like or might have heard some of his songs maybe or something. I don't know, but I'm thinking more on the fashion side with the belts and Ed Hardy and kind of where the style and fashion is today. But
True, true.
it is in hip hop terms to a lot of people when we talking about lyrics and contribution and impact. Jim Jones look crazy. Let's just keep it a bean. I mean, not everybody listen to these guys like that, especially depending on what your taste in hip hop is or regional or where you from. Not everybody listening to them, but when you hear both of their names, people know Jim Jones is like, he riding the bench. No, he's not even in the game playing. Where Nas is a Hall of Famer. He actually his jersey in the Raptors. So it just sounds crazy from a hip hop standpoint, in my opinion. But I don't know how y'all feel about it, but I think that's the basis of the debate right now going around.
Yeah. Okay.
Already.
First off, I just feel like niggas got to. First off, Jim Jones knew exactly what he was doing when he, created all this chaos or whatnot. But my thing is, yeah, you can still do that and cause, a stir on the internet, but don't call niggas who way out of your realm. Nas ain't even in your. Come on, bro. You could have called. It's so many other names you could have called other than Nas to say
Not
that
enough.
you are better than.
Because well, let's be honest though. Can he really call a lot of names?
Hell no, he can't call nobody name besides the motherfucker that he rap with Dipset. Shit. Man, Jim
That's
I know
Jones,
true.
about
fucking stupid,
Nas,
bro.
can't tell you
But
one Nas record. You heard? Like, let's keep it a buck here. You want to go to the Billboard entries? Pull up Nas Billboard entries, then pull up my Billboard
Listen,
entries.
listen,
No, no, no.
we can't
Let's
compare the two. What I'm trying to
no,
tell you
no.
is
I
that
want to go there.
hold on, hold on,
No,
hold on,
no,
hold
no,
on.
no. I want to go down the line now because now we going down the line. He's a rapper and I'm a rapper.
Listen, you
no,
are
no,
yes.
no. Let's go statistically.
It feels great.
No, but I want to go statistically
All
because
right.
yeah,
And the statistics was under that, and the statistics showed that he didn't know what the fuck he was talking about.
exactly. He didn't know what he was talking
Rod,
about. But also, let's check the rappers, man. Let's check the
Rod,
rappers real quick. Fat
we can
Joe,
say,
that was on Fat Joe and Jada Kiss show.
Yep.
Fat
Fat Joe
Joe
tried to save him. Fat Joe tried to
Fat
save him.
Joe and Jada Kiss, they tripping. Okay, y'all are
he
considered
don't even, he can't even put himself in the lane with Fat Joe.
and
Shit.
Fat
Jada
Joe tried
Kiss.
to save him though. No, Fat Joe gave him every opportunity to cut that bullshit out, bro. I watched it. Fat Joe
Yeah,
told him multiple times, nah, hold on, we ain't even doing that. We
yeah.
ain't even doing that.
But they needed to just come out and say, look, you ain't on a lyrical level, on an album level, on the impact, everything to hip hop. You don't need to be mentioning the same breath as Nas. Why? Because them dudes
It,
did records with Nas. They came up with Nas. They came up in the whole era of the '90s and the golden era of hip hop. Y'all know what the man did. Jim Jones came out in the early to mid 2000s, and he been basically a mid rapper the whole time. Let's
I
just
wouldn't
keep
even
it a
say
bean.
me. Shit.
Hey, hold on. I felt Jim did have a point. He had a point when he said that he did influence fashion. With
Hold on,
Dipset, they
wait a
influenced
He
minute.
fashion.
did. He
And
did.
No, all right, let's just be real though. If any of these young niggas standing behind Jim Jones, it's because of love and hip hop, not because of what he did in the rap game. That's probably the only
yeah,
way they know this nigga. It's because of love and hip hop.
Yeah,
And
let me.
more so Jim's blood affiliation. I mean, yeah, he's still in a young man game. He's trying to stand out and trying to say something so to keep his name in the algorithm. So I mean, Jim, he had a good point, but you can't call Nas up, bro. You can't. You could have called somebody else. I just feel like you should have called somebody else and talked your shit, and then I could have got behind you. But you,
But who though?
you bugging when you say Nas. Like, I mean, call fucking Fabulous before Nas. Call Fabulous out. Call fucking, you know what I mean?
Man, he
Uh,
can't call. Let's
But
just be
truthfully,
like I
can he
said
call
on the
Fabulous
fashion
out though?
end.
he can't. But I'm just saying,
You said call
Fabulous is
Fabulous out. Oh, now I
Yeah,
was
Fabulous.
quiet. You said call Fabulous.
because he
Fabulous
got
got a
that
better
big old
career than
Yeah,
career
Jim Jones
too.
if we going solo, man.
definitely. But I'm saying
That's the wrong guy to call out,
he's
man.
he's closer than Nas. Nas
Oh
way out his
yeah,
realm.
oh yeah.
Nas
But
way out his realm. You ain't got no business even speaking on Nas.
yeah, but let's just
That's
be.
true. But if you go statistic even with Jim Jones and Fab, Jim Jones cannot compete with Fab.
At all.
Jim had y'all niggas rocking ball wallet chains. He had you niggas
Man, I
doing that.
never in my
Not me.
life wore a
Not
wallet
me.
chain, my
Not
guy.
me.
Never.
Not
Never.
me. He had you
I
niggas
damn
wearing
sure
your
ain't never
wallet
done
chains.
I've never wore a
No,
wallet chain.
ain't nobody had wallet
And
chains.
if we
No,
and if
nobody
we
had
being
wallet
honest,
chains.
it. Jim Jones
if
was
we
on just
being
cousin
honest,
though.
my guy,
Wow.
we rocked with Jim Jones during the Dipset movement. After that, we wasn't rocking with Jim Jones.
Yeah,
No,
Jim
That's
went a
but
different
exactly why I
direction.
said it.
but
He did
listen,
That's
go a different
exactly
direction.
what
but
I said.
we gotta keep it 100 though. When we were speaking this off the show before we had started the show a while back, that Jim Jones has been the most consistent rapper over the last 15 years
Yes.
out of
Anybody
Dipset.
can put
Yeah.
bullshit out.
Yeah.
He
Ain't no,
it
it
ain't
ain't selling.
I'm not giving it his props like his all that because it's
I
not.
mean, but
But
just because we don't listen to it, it's highly regarded in some circles. You know what I'm saying?
right, like I
Jim
said,
Jones,
What
if you
circle? The Bloods?
the up north section, like he said, Philly, northeast section of the United States. You know what I'm saying? Probably Miami down on that East Coast. You know, we from where we from, so of course it ain't our type of music, but you know what I'm saying?
Niggas,
We
niggas
we
ain't
we
checking for Jim.
Ain't nobody doing it down there.
Niggas ain't checking
nah,
for Jim.
definitely not.
When Jim was relevant, like I said, it was with the Dipset. Now everybody was checking for them niggas, but since then ain't nobody checking for Jim Jones. Cut it out, man.
yeah,
Jim
Jim, like I
Jones stuck
said,
in a.
he's the only one that's made music over the last 15 to 20 years consistently. So that's why his name has popped up here and there because he's put out actual mixtapes. He done put out actual albums. Now,
How many you heard?
is any of that stuff actually relevant for real? On a
Nah.
global scale? No,
No,
we know that. The only
no.
argument he even has is that he has a fashion edge into the rap game because of the way a lot of people, dressing now and the style that you seeing nowadays. He kind of has a little bit of a little. He got a little niche carved out in that. But that's it.
You
Hmm.
That's
know,
the only
you
thing
know
I could
why? You
say
know why? Because
personally.
the niggas his age is in buttons ups and suits and stuff now. That's why.
Nah, not really. Not really,
He's still
because
catering to
not
these other
really.
niggas.
Because we were speaking on this off the show as well. When you say that, that's kind of a slight on Jim Jones. Like the whole YN
Nah,
thing, calling him the oldest YN. Because when you think about it,
Yeah,
Jay
he,
Jay Jay,
that just means he's still stuck in a certain mentality, man. That's all that means.
but look, everybody calling them that. But let's look at all the older rappers. Ain't nobody dressing like an old dude with their shirt tucked in, wearing Nike Monarchs, cutting the grass. Don't none of them dress like that. When you really look at it, 50, Ja Rule, Jay, Nas himself, Nori, they all dressing. Oh, they dressing. They still got a little flavor to their dressing, but they ain't just coming out with a shiesty. See, Jim Jones coming out with a shiesty. That's the what I'm saying. He doing a little extra stuff, but
yeah,
really,
he the oldest YN, like you said.
yeah, you know what
I'm
I'm
42, man. You'll never catch me in a section. That nigga older than me.
saying. That's
That
what I'm
I
says
wear
a
a
saying.
lot.
shiesty. I wear a shiesty on the job site. Like, I mean,
Nah. I'm not coming outside doing this. I'm not doing. Nah, come on, now.
You know what
I'm
I'm saying.
42, man.
So
You
I
but
got to
mean,
grow up.
Jim,
That's all. Jim got to grow up.
Ask you a question, Jim.
I don't think it's as overblown as people trying to make it seem. Like most of these dudes, they still dressing with the urban street kind of edge to their dressing. That's in hip hop. That's a little older. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
you're saying, Rakim be running around with the big chain. He's 60. He running around with
yeah,
the big chains. He running around with the big clothes still.
yeah.
Slick.
Nas, look at Nas right there with the chain
Not
on.
right, you know what I'm saying? It's just that Jim known for doing some extra stuff. He just putting a little
Some
bit more
goofy
razzle
shit, like
dazzle
Popeye
on
said. Popeye said Jim is a fucking goofy. So
Yeah, the fucking old ass goofy nigga. You a fucking
it.
granddaddy. You out here trying to be on the street corner with these young niggas. Man, sit your old ass down some damn
I
way.
I agree with you for one, Papa.
He was
I
trying to
finally agree with you, bro.
hey, but
You
Jim,
doing
he
too
trying to
much,
get
man.
tough with Shannon Sharp
I'm
too.
with you.
He,
I'm
he
with
was
you, but
trying to call
I wanna,
Shannon out.
yeah, I wanna call that. I wanna see what y'all reaction to that was. Let's play a little bit
Ask
of
you
it
a
first.
question, Jim.
hmm
You smoke, right?
Yeah.
Were you smoking when you said you better than Nas?
I might have been a little bit. Well, as far as let's get this right. I'm way more influential than Nas, and I don't care what nobody say. I know I made it. I know I made a little boo boo when you talk about the sales and all this type of shit. I don't feel like getting into that rhetoric about where I started and where he
Well, you
started.
said that
But
bullshit.
listen. Nas was nice when I was in high school. When I was in 10th grade, Nas came out.
Mhm.
Nas was dope. We appreciated him. He had a little bit of run. But Nas always came up second to Jay and DMX and all these other people. Like he
There ain't
never
no
had
shame
that.
in that. There's
He
a lot
never
of
had
mofos
he
came up
never
second
had
to
that
Tom
type of
Brady.
he never had that type of influence on us, except for his first album. I already told you. I used to want to dress like Nas because he had a lot of fresh clothes that the hustlers used to wear and shit. And we used to see him on TV. He had one of the illest albums of all time.
Mhm.
And then in high school when he had the barbecue and shit like that. So I'm a real fan of Nas, but he kind of lost me after the movie Belly and shit like that. Like I don't.
Man, go ahead on with that, Jim.
I'm trying to tell you. I'm being honest. You ask me. I'm being a fan. I'm telling you the movie Belly was fire, but after that, he kind of lost me. I think we was way too much into the game. Remember how this goes. Let's not. You ever heard of a Kofi list?
Yeah.
Yo, go back into your history and find out what happened between us and him. You dig? And I'm not trying to repeat history, but don't play with us when it comes to that, bro. We already went wild on them boys. You heard? We the ones that went wild on them boys. You heard?
Hey,
Yo,
Jim.
and people out here acting like I said I'm gonna bring the Kofi list back. I just told you I'm a changed man. Steph Law, can you dig?
Nah, look, I'm put it to you like this here, Jim. Hey, bro, you been in this thing, but lyrically, I'm gonna keep it a stack
Man,
with you.
turn that
Yeah, but
Y'all
bullshit
look
ain't
how
off.
you
effing with Nas,
dress. Look how you dress. You don't even be in the same places I be in. And the
but
things that we listen to
I
me,
can be in the church house. You can't F with
the
Nas
things
lyrically.
that we the
I don't know
things
who
that
told you that. Now look, you all know you
the
on that
things
good
that we
stuff,
listen to
but
and
you
the
not
things that
seeing
you listen
Nas.
to. Bro,
You
it's a
not
bunch of
seeing Nas,
you got
bro.
a bunch of
Let's be
40 and
real.
50 you got a bunch of 40 and 50-year-olds in their panties because I said I'm better
It
than
don't
Nas.
matter.
Look at you. Look at
Ain't
you. In
nobody
all
listen.
in your
Ain't
all in your
nobody from
feelings.
Dipset gonna take
Shannon,
you over Nas.
that
Nobody
shirt
from the
too that
Diplomats but
shirt
you.
that
Hey, I
shirt
got,
You
I
too
got,
can't
tight.
I,
fuck.
hold
You
on,
Shannon,
Jimmy,
that
can't
hold
F
shirt
with
on,
too tight.
Nas.
That shirt too
Let's
hold
be
on,
tight.
hold on, hold on,
real.
hold on.
That
Jimmy,
shirt
Jimmy,
too
Jimmy.
tight. You want to go
Hold
back to I
on.
really mean it? I really mean it started. We could go back
No,
to
but
the
I'm just
history,
saying
bro.
for you to even
Don't do
say
that,
that.
bro. Don't do that, bro. That
Hold
shirt
on,
He
too
hold on.
tight
said
for you to
it.
be sticking
I,
up for
I
Nas.
got, I got a question. I
Let
got a
Nas stick
question.
up for himself and meet me in a booth for something if we want to do something historical.
He
Other than that, we
he
don't got
does
to
Nas
talk
say he
about
don't
it.
do that no more. Nas say
All
he
right
don't do
then,
that.
because he got $100 million. He's a very wealthy man. You heard he's a very smart.
Hey,
I
That
Straight
man
up
all over the
bullshit.
place, man.
I ain't know what the fuck he
I
was
do
talking
recall
about.
the Kufa list and the beef they had when they were dissing on Nas and stuff. I do recall all that.
When
This
when
nigga
when
is
Jam
52 years
when
old, and his
Jam was
conversation is, we already did those niggas like that. Come
Jam
on,
was
man.
dissing Nas. Nas never was like he said. He probably was throwing slick shots at Jam now, but he never was like explicitly talking about Jam now. Jam was trying to clout chase just like he doing now, putting his name in the mix and being a topic of discussion.
Mhm.
Now, see,
And
the
it,
thing
And then
was with Nas, I went to the radio station and he did say Cameron album was trash or whatever like that, and then all of them got offended by that. So that's when all the distance started
yeah.
had
They
occurred and stuff like
manufactured
that. You
that
know what I
because they
mean?
wasn't really offended, but yeah, that's what they
But
used to say.
Nas
but
did
it
them too
was
though.
trash. Did he
But
lie?
going back to this here, Jack, who Cameron, that Purple Haze wasn't trash.
Mhm.
He
All
was
that
talking
nigga
about
music
Purple Haze.
trash,
Purple
man.
Haze wasn't trash to me. But that's
Bro, definitely
Cameron,
wasn't
but
crazy.
but far as like Jim though, he got the fashion, but and then he started taking shots at Shannon. Though you can tell that he started getting over emotional about what Shannon
No,
was saying.
Shannon
But
Shannon did it too
even
much too now.
even Dipset,
No, he didn't. No, he
man,
didn't.
Shannon
Shannon
did
did exactly
right.
what he
Shannon
was
did
supposed
right.
to do. He did exactly what he called a nigga out
Told
on
the
his
truth.
goofy ass
Y'all
bullshit.
niggas rude as fuck. Y'all will bring a guest on this show
Yeah,
and berate them like that.
Hey, he came on
No,
there with
no,
that
man.
bullshit.
no. If a guest come on the show,
Exactly.
you gonna come talking with some sense, man. I'm gonna call your bullshit out, bro. You
Exactly.
know and I
He
know.
came with that bullshit.
They were talking strictly music. Look how Jim Jones flipped all that shit. Come on, man, you too old for this shit. Stick to
Exactly.
the script. You started talking about some off the wall
Yep.
shit. Like again, you want to be a bully, my nigga. We already ran down on him. Shit, check it. Ask him about it. He tried to start them. Ask him about it.
You
You
remember the
don't. We
goofy
won't be in
list?
the. We
But
don't.
then,
Me and Rod don't. Me and Nas gonna be in the same place, nigga. He got $100 million. You don't, my nigga. You still grinding, my nigga. He ain't in your place.
Exactly. And that saying a lot. Like you just made yourself look bad by saying that. Of course, he's $100 million man, of course. Oh, yeah. Look at how he dressed. We're not even in the same place. Cause you still trying to dress like you 20.
That's what I'm saying. Like let's be real, man. You run around and
hmm
Jim do have style. I give that, but he's dressed like a young nigga, man. Come on.
Yeah,
yeah.
they had a video going around actually a video of Nas. I think was performing. He was performing outside somewhere, and this was around the time that this was actually happening. Maybe a few years after the beef, but it seemed like the mid to late 2000s. And they were asking Nas about Jim again or whatever, and they were like, "Come on, man! Like, how are we even having this conversation? Like, I don't even know why we're even bringing
Yeah.
him up right now,
Nas
you know."
Nas evolved. He
Yeah,
evolved.
Nas is like, why are we even? Because we know, like, when it comes to bars, when it comes to impact, when it comes to actually being a rapper, I do
Can't
this.
forget the type of
Why are we even involving ourselves in
hmm
this? But knowing what era and what we're in today, what music with the internet, with that word that we all know as clout, people can put their name with other people that they know damn well their name should not be in the conversation with them. But if they can stir the pot good enough, they end up with their name alongside this person. Jim Jones' name should not be nowhere near Nas. Just like we know a whole bunch of other
Already.
rappers should not be around certain legendary names.
to be
Exactly.
Cause you're
to
gonna
be
feel
honest with
offended. It's like somebody in y'all, somebody from where y'all from, and y'all say, "Yeah, man, Lil Yachty just as cold as Player Fly." You get your head shot off for saying like that.
Real
Yeah,
talk.
live. Hey,
that that
for
that's
real,
that's
for
cool
real.
too. But at the end of the day, Jim Jones proved his own point. He started out by saying, "Look at Nas. Nas always was losing to Jay-Z and DMX, two of the best. Some consider DMX the best. Some
Mhm.
consider Jay the best. So if you
Yeah,
losing to those two, you always second to those two. That says enough because you're not even on the street as those guys.
exactly. You're not in the same
Already.
caliber.
He
You
ain't
you
even
ain't like you
he ain't
said,
even in the same
Mm,
state. Fuck the street. Shit.
right? You can't like you
Jim
said.
Jones
Yeah,
will be in Virginia.
And
right,
that's why he went on to close and we ain't in the same area. No, niggas, you niggas,
Like
it's a lot of you niggas ain't in the same area.
them niggas
Cause you
selling out
niggas,
arenas.
you're on
Jim
different
Jones
levels.
can't even sell
Jim
out a
Jones
high
still
school
want to be on
gym.
the block with 100 niggas and shit. That's
Mhm.
not how Nas moving as a grown man, as an entrepreneur.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And we already know he got the song Second Childhood and talking about that on Stillmatic. He got that track even speaking on that. And then when you think about it, he already brought Nas up with fashion because Nas is one of those guys in hip hop that was looked at as actually being
hmm
fly and having gear and actually like, okay, yeah, like he got some fly shit on. Like, okay, so he already admitted that. So really it's like if you really listen to what he was saying, like he already saying he ain't on his level when you think about it. So,
He was.
But
mhm.
he
And then
breaking him
even after
down.
the
He
shit, I
breaking him
even
down in the process of trying to build himself up instead of just
That's
Right,
what
saying,
I don't
right,
like.
you know,
That's what I don't like right there.
you
That part right there.
backpedaling, and so you went you knew
You
you
got to
get.
push that
I
man
guess
down.
when you left the Jay and Jada show, and you realize the dumb shit you said, you come back out and you make it not about album and statistics as you claim beforehand. Now you turn it into fashion and influencing,
Street
who
shit.
influence and all that. You know what I mean? Everything is self. You know, the album sales and all that now. So you realize the dumb shit you had said already.
And it kind of makes sense why you see Cam, especially after that versus,
Don't want to have nothing to do with that nigga.
right? He kind of backed off Dipset and Joel's and them because of the way they kind of move in certain aspects, and he got back with Mace and did the podcast thing, ran that money up, got that big contract with Mace because he could talk money with Mace. Whereas,
And let's not forget, in the whole midst of all this shit, Jim got caught up on federal wiretap talking with gang members who are already sentenced right now, doing time right now. Jim was on the same calls, and
yeah,
he out here still. But he
yeah,
trying to deflect and talk about some shit that don't mean nothing to nobody. But
But him,
you know what I'm saying? Keeping his name out there in the mix. But Jim, why did you never have to account for being on them goddamn wiretap?
yeah, and people that's really been pushed under the rug for real. But yeah, that's true. That's I think that's what one of his ex members that was in Bird Gang when he had the Bird Gang mixtapes that came out there for a little bit. The dude Mel Matrix on Mel Murder. I think that's one of the main guys I believe that he was mixed up with or whatever with all that. So yeah, he obviously, but he's a rapper. I mean, he gonna walk around being called a rap? That ain't gonna help him. You know what I'm saying? We already know that's not gonna help. So he don't want to walk around with that jacket. So you got to bring up other stuff.
Basically.
hmm You know.
hey, but at the end of the day, I think we all come to the same conclusion. Jim Jones is fucking goofy. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you,
He a good
you need to
musician.
go ahead, sit it
I
on your
like
ass
Chris.
He
down
like
I
y'all
somewhere.
like his
said,
wife.
he
I
a
like his
young
wife.
man.
His wife, Chris ain't his wife.
Chris ain't his wife?
So like they finna
He
break
went
up.
and he left her and went and married
Yeah,
somebody
and
else or some shit.
Damn.
she on shiesty too.
Yeah,
Damn, I didn't even
shit.
know that.
Yeah, he been with her for years. Shit, damn near 20 years, and then he never married a woman. I guess because he had that big ass mold on though, but she held that nigga down.
Shit, she still sexy now.
I think they got like some. I think they got some. They got some type of trial going on with. Like they said, I don't know if it was money fraud. They were trying to hide money. She was trying to hide money or something like that. Cameron got a whole lot of evidence on her about some stuff though. So I think they in
Mm,
trial about something. So, but yeah, her and
yeah.
Jim ain't together.
Damn. So that's why Jim off center, man. Jim just spiraling out of control out this motherfucker, really. Cause
Yeah,
dang.
no. Yeah, man. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But yeah, man, that's that there to me is just the whole conversation is crazy. But I guess that's where hip hop kind of going, man. Hip hop going in the direction of more so shock value and like stuff like that than the actual people actually want to hear good music. I guess. I mean, I know people still want to hear good music clearly, but when it comes to headlines, the good music isn't really what's making the headlines. It's the controversy that's making the headlines. And this
I
right
mean, I
here,
wouldn't mind Jim Jones and Nas going at it a little bit. I mean, just for hip hop
Man,
sake,
nobody want to
cause
see
it's
two
been a
old
lot
motherfuckers
of
going at it.
I mean, it's been a whole lot of little back and
Hell
forth at
no.
first,
Nobody
but
wanna see that.
yeah,
it sounded good.
the only thing I could see is Jim Jones trying to benefit going in the studio, making him a quick like EP, making him a quick 6 songs, making some
Mm-hmm.
videos, throwing it on the internet and hoping some people watch it. Like that's his
Mm-hmm.
best bet. Try to get some walkthrough money, get some quick little show money or something, try to run it up off his name being hot and fall back because Nas ain't worried about that. I see Nas, he's opening up a resorts world. They got the resorts world in Vegas, but he
Mm-hmm.
opening he opening one up there in Queens. He's helping be the
In
the
Queens.
face to
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
open that resorts world casino up.
Yeah.
So I mean,
That's
obviously
big. See, I didn't
yeah
even know that. That's big.
yeah, they got a commercial
Yeah,
for it.
he
I mean, I
dropped
think I
that
saw it
commercial.
on I think
Yeah.
I saw it on IG
I saw it on
or X or
YouTube.
something. Yeah, I saw this. So he on the big money things, man. I mean, the man made what he made 50 million off the Coinbase IPO or crypto IPO. Like, come on, man. He ain't worried about Jim Jones, man. If I made 50 million off of IPO stock before, before it went public, I don't care about what nobody got going on.
And he
I'm,
was in Ring. He was in a lot of shit.
you know what I
Ring
mean?
doorbell.
Yeah, ring doorbell. He was in the ring. Like he ain't worried. Come on, man. You think he worried about Jim Jones? Like, and he took that picture with Nori came to see him. I think the other day he took that picture with him in his restaurant. I mean, you chilling in your own restaurant. Like the restaurant look nice as hell too. Like I ain't worried about what nobody got going on. I'm doing that. Like,
Exactly.
you know what I'm
And still
saying?
say Jim
You
John
know.
can't even sell out a high school gym. So
I mean, they showed him. I don't know if y'all saw the clip. They showed him trying to turn up. They showed him trying to turn up Summer Jam in New York. I mean, and he was home. He in New York. Everybody in the crowd looked tired as hell. Ain't nobody doing nothing. Yawning.
nobody want to hear that shit. Man, he was out there putting niggas to sleep with that granddaddy rap.
Granddaddy rap.
The only song
Y'all,
he had popping was Fly High. Oh, ball,
nah,
whatever the fuck he
Jim
was.
got some songs, man. Y'all tripping. Jim got a
Man,
couple
let me
songs.
stop.
Yeah.
I honestly think his best song, to me
Stop it.
personally, my favorite song from him is Summer in Miami. That's my
Came in
favorite song
Miami.
from him.
Some in Miami.
Like he got a couple. He got a couple. But yeah, he's nowhere near
Different
like
song.
like
Yeah,
you said.
that's a nice song too. Like I said,
We
yeah,
can
I'm a huge Dipset fan. I wasn't really like a Nas fan though, but I can honestly say, Jim, you ain't messing with Nas when it comes to these bars or whatever like that.
So
You
he
know what I'm
had
yeah.
two
saying? No matter how
songs,
much I like y'all, but
two solo
Mhm.
songs his entire career. Okay. So yeah.
I mean,
Put him
he
in the
he did good
conversation
on
with
some
niggas
Dipset songs.
like
I ain't gonna
nah.
lie. He
I said his
it just ain't
solo
no like
career.
on
I ain't
Nas
talking about
level.
Dipset.
Mhm.
Outside of Dipset, yeah, I mean, he been trying to
Let's
hold
just
on.
go ahead and say it. You could put Illmatic against anything Jim Jones can put out, and it do not compete. Just leave it
Shit,
alone.
Stillmatic, God Child, all
It
that
was
Like
shit.
it was
Jim,
written.
Jim
Yeah,
All
Jones
of
God,
don't
it.
compete.
All
Jim
All
Jones
of
about to
it.
stop before he fuck around and get eat it.
that.
Oh goodness.
Sure no
Yeah.
gonna ruin what you had, that little piece of career you got. Shit, you better stop.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just,
Nas ain't
Hey,
want to
but
give him
when
the
you,
time of
I,
day.
I, I think when you get to a certain level, you ignore
Yeah,
niggas
he
like that
ignoring
right
him,
there.
man.
So
He ain't.
I
and
don't
that's
even
exactly
think
what he doing.
I don't think
Yeah.
Nas
But
will even give him a what's name.
Nas was ignoring Jim Jones back then when Jim Jones was going full force at
Exactly.
Nas.
20 years ago. Because you
Because
got
he
to know
never
Don't
did
he
that
Yeah.
slap that
shit. He
goofy
never
on
did
your
all
Nas
that.
head, dickhead.
already.
You still on that shit again, bro?
Yeah, Nas was already in the game over 10 years, I think, when that
Nigga,
video came out. So I mean,
that
come
nigga
on,
talking
man.
about a damn goofy list. You shouldn't be talking about a goofy list and you number one. Stupid ass man.
I like Jim, man, but I don't got time for this overgrown ass, sensitive ass YN, the oldest YN. Man, you
I'm
got
with you.
dog
I'm
that
with you.
time.
I like the nigga. I'm trying to, what I'm saying, not dislike the nigga because he
Man,
do a lot of goofy shit.
you can lose me on that goofy shit, dog. Like
He do
real
a
shit.
lot of goofy shit, bro. It
You
just,
can
I
lose
don't
me.
know.
Yeah,
But I guess that's just,
Like Shannon Sharp said,
it's a
I know
little
Jim,
you
bit
be
in them
smoking.
Harlem guys
I
too.
know you
man,
be smoking some powerful shit, but come on, Jim, you
I'm
really ain't
just
top
being real.
five coming out of Harlem rapping. If we being honest,
Nah, hell
Yeah.
no,
so how
hell
you
no.
think you gonna fuck
No,
with Nas,
hold on.
man?
First off, I think Jim more so is a hustler. He is. I don't think Jim is arguing the fact that he's better at rapping than Nas. I think he knows he's not better at rapping than Nas, but he's saying that the impact he have around him basically, and for him in his world, he might be right, but for us being objective outside of what I'm saying, New York and the Northeast, don't nobody fuck with Jim music like that, or has the impact like that. Ain't nobody like
Man,
you
you just
know.
heard what Noam said. His own motherfucking peoples ain't fucking with him like that. Shit.
yep,
If
Cameron
your
and
That's
bro, that's like us, man. Like we've been together. I don't know how long. You dig what I'm saying? Jim, the only nigga still run around with the little boy image, even though Santana was the youngest nigga in the crew. Jim, the
He
only
ain't
nigga
gonna
still running around with that young boy image. You dig what I'm
show
saying?
like that.
Cam done
I don't
moved
know
on
though,
to
man. Joel's
Cam
been
done
on some
moved on to
bullshit too.
business, goddamn adventures and all that type of shit on a
Joel do
whole
the
nother
same
level.
thing.
Huh?
Jim Jones, I don't know, man. Joel's
Joel,
had some bullshit on at that summer jam, man. He had like
he did.
he
He
was,
sure did.
yeah, he
But we
was
know
on
he was
there.
cracked out at one point. His brain
He
fried.
had
So we
he had like he had a damn band over. He had like a half shiesty on. I don't know what he was doing because he always try to
Yeah,
be he tried to be all extra fashionable. You know what I mean? So he came out there with a
he got the
half.
belt chain.
I'm like, yeah, I'm like, I don't know what. I'm like, what you doing, Joel? So yeah, Joel's is even on some kind of goofy shit, man. Even on that verses, he was kind of on some goofy shit. I'm just like, man, damn, man, what's going
On
on with
that
y'all
verses, he
boys?
definitely was on some goofy
I was
shit.
just gonna say, like,
Man,
them niggas
for
put
real,
more
for
on
real.
that verses. They put more time into picking outfits than preparing because Jada Kiss slaughtered their ass.
Mm-hmm.
Jada Kiss
Jada,
said
Jada
one
Kid did that
one
by himself.
rhyme and he killed them niggas, bro.
Himself.
Yeah, he did, and he did it off a freestyle too, not even the original song or Biggie
You know
beat.
what I
Off
mean?
who shot you?
They was too busy coming out there trying to be fashion. Nigga, this
Yeah,
is a
man.
this is a
And
verse. Nigga, we ain't going no clothes.
but see, that's the problem. Once again,
Already.
that's the disconnect with what's going on today within music. We trying to make it everything but the music. You see what I'm saying? Because
And
like
that's why it's trash.
not to segue too much, but look at Drake and Kendrick. Even though it was about the music, people try to make it more than the music. They try to
Yeah,
make it. They tried to make
and
that
that's why I
battle.
tuned out. Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
You know,
The battle was not about the music. After a while, it started being about what personally really did they do, or what the dirt did they got, or who are they really like behind the music. It wasn't even about the songs, even though the songs obviously were the main focus. But it started becoming, you know what I'm saying? Outside of that, it became more than that, and that's what like Jimmy trying to do with the. But Nas, I mean, he ain't doing this. I got this fashion going on. It's bigger than just making these songs. You know what I mean? Look at these belts. Look at these.
and how about as I
You know what I'm
scroll,
saying? Like,
I come up on the $5.5 billion casino deal in Queens that Nas is a part of.
yeah, like
This man,
And
he why would he go in
nah,
the booth and address you?
he's
yeah,
not
he
And you know
doing
supposed
what?
right. He
to.
doing right not to say nothing. Don't fuck
Jim
that
Jones doing
bag up.
right now? Jim Jones on the corner of 126 and Broadway,
Shut
goddamn,
that
doing
nigga
pull
up.
ups on the goddamn on the pole light.
Like the
That's what he
Juicy
doing.
video.
I
What was
still
that
got it,
Juicy?
young niggas. I still got it. Sit your
Like the
old ass down.
Juicy video.
He's
What was that,
still
the
running
Juicy video?
around. He's still running around calling niggas out, do weight lift challenge and shit. Man, cut
For
that out,
real. He
bro.
so called, who he called out? He
He
called
called
somebody
Shannon
out.
5
50.
out.
He had called
Shannon
50 out.
so
Yeah,
did.
he did call
So
Shannon.
did
He
call
sure
Shannon
did.
out.
He calling Shannon out right
Come
now, but
on
then you
on,
got
Yeah, I
man.
short
saw
pants,
that.
your
I
your
saw
upper
that.
Man,
body big as
He
hell. You
coming
got
out on
short
the
pants
show.
on looking like sticks, man. Cut that out. Shannon, run through your look, man. Cut that out there.
And then once again, that goes back to him just as being him just trying to go viral, man. Jim's trying to get
just
to them. He's trying to get to those bags, man. He working that algorithm.
mm-hmm,
Call me up for a pod interview. I'm 10,000 to book me.
mm-hmm.
I'm 15,000 to book me. Book me in your club for a walkthrough. Jim Jones in the house. I'm 10,000. He's trying to run them up. You know what I'm
Hey,
saying?
hey, so now that I think about it, man, something might be coming down the pipeline for his ass. So he trying to get that money before it happens.
Right. Let me run this up real quick because I got some bills on. I got some.
Yeah,
You know what I
a
mean? Like,
lawsuit or something might be coming down. So we'll know
hmm
in like a month. Jim Jones, he showed
hmm
up be back in the news. Then he'll be big talk. Then he finally gonna get what he looking for. National spotlight.
Like, share, subscribe, TGC Podcast. Y'all got
Stay
anything else?
balling. That's it.
Already. Catch us next time right here